Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to finish up sections 11.3 and 11.4. So let's do it. Now we finished prisms and cylinders. Let's do pyramids and cones. It says the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 base times height, and the volume of a cone is 1/3 base times height. That's what our notes say. So here they gave us an example where the base is a triangle. So that's why it's 1/2 base times altitude. So 1/2 3 times 6. And then the height is 9. And then don't forget, you're going to divide by 3. That's what we did today in class. So let's find the volume of number 13. I'm going to put number 13 over here off to the side just because I have some room here. So that my base is a rectangle. So the volume is the area of my base times however high. And then I'm going to divide by 3. So 12 times 4 times 7 divide by 3. I get 12 times 4, enter, times 7, enter, divide by 3, enter, 112 inches cubed. All right, number 14. I guess I'll try to wiggle something in here yet. Even though it's oblique, meaning it's not, this is kind of off to an angle, they gave me my height perpendicular to the base, and so I can do this calculation. So that would be a circle, pi r squared, h, and I'm going to divide by 3. So pi and 15 times 24 divide by 3. Let's see what we get rounded to the nearest 10th. So pi times 15 times 15 times 24 divided by 3. We get 5654.9 meters cubed. A sculptor cuts a pyramid from a marble cube, volume t cubed, feet cubed. So the marble cube was t times t times t. A cube is the same dimensions. So you know that if it cuts something from that, then the volume of the expression, or the volume of the marble, had to be something smaller than that. We also know that it's a cube here, right? And so we can kind of see that its base would have an area of t times t, which makes sense. It's a cube. Its only dimensions are t. Write an expression for the volume of the marble removed. So it says the pyramid that was cut had a volume of t. So we did this, right? The volume of our shape, or our area removed, that's our leftovers. The volume of our leftovers would be equal to the volume of the outer object minus the volume of the inner object. The outer object, they tell us, is t cubed, the cube. Our inner object is t, our pyramid. So t minus t would be, you literally would leave that expression like that and say that's in inches, or excuse me, feet cubed. So it seems weird, can't you combine these? But actually I can't, because t cubed cannot be combined with t. What could I do? I could also show my answer, and I could factor out a t and say t squared minus 1 feet cubed. That would be another acceptable answer. Number 16, it says, as company cut 2 inches from the top. Okay, so they chopped off this part from a plastic cone. How much less plastic is used in the new design? So they really just want to know what that is, because they cut that top off. How much less plastic is used? Meaning this object is still being used, and this is the part going unused. Okay, so the volume of this would be pi r squared h. Divide by 3. So pi 3.5 times 3.5 times 2 divided by 3. Okay, so let's type all that in. Pi times 3.5, enter, times 3.5, enter, times 2, enter, divide by 3, enter. I get 25.7 inches cubed. I'm going to type that in one more time, just a little paranoid. So let's do pi times 3.5 times 3.5 times 2 divided by 3. Yeah. Nice. All right, one last section to go. Our sphere, and this was the one we did last class. So the volume of our sphere is 4/3 pi, and the volume of our hemisphere is 2/3 pi r cubed. So if our radius is 3, they show us this is how we do it. 4/3 pi, 3 times 3 times 3. They get an answer 36 pi. So oftentimes we have to leave our answer in terms of pi. So 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 times another 3 is 36 pi. And so we must be comfortable both leaving our answer as a decimal or an approximation, rounded, or as in terms of pi. Are you going to fall for this? Wait a minute. They gave you the diameter, and we talked about this. You're not going to fall for that. So if that's the diameter, the radius is half of that. So that'd be 1.2. Okay, now we can do the question. So the volume would be 4/3 pi 1.2 times 1.2 times 1.2. Now we have some shortcuts on our calculator, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. And my calculator actually has a cube button. So I'm going to do, what was that? 1.2, 1.2 cubed. All right, 1.2 cubed is that. And then times 4, enter, divide by 3, enter, times pi, enter. There's my answer. Equals 7.2 inches cubed. Right? Here, they're still trying to get you to fall for that, and I'm not going to fall for it. I hope you would never fall for that either. That would be 0.9, so our volume would be 4/3 pi times 0.9 times 0.9 times 0.9. Okay, so 0.9 cubed is that times pi times 4 divide by 3. 3.1 centimeters cubed. Whew. Okay, almost done. Question number 9 says, a golf ball has a radius of r centimeters. Okay. We can deal with that. What is the least possible volume of a rectangular box that can hold 2 golf balls? Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so I'm going to put another golf ball immediately under it with a radius r. And then I'm going to put a box around it. So I'm like, ooh, right? It would be a cylindrical box. Oh, they want a rectangle box. Okay, sorry about that. So it would look something like this, right? So cool. Such a cool question. I'm so glad they asked this. Okay, so we did a couple questions similar to this. Not exactly the same, but similar to this in class. So what would be the volume of this box? Okay, so definitely it would have a width of r and r. That'd be 2r, because this is r and that's another r, and that's the width of the box. And then the depth would be the same too. This would be r and that would be r. So this would be 2r. And then as I go vertical here, I want you to think about this. I have one r and another r and another r and another r. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 r's height. So my volume would be base times width times height. So 4r times 2r times 2r would be 8 times 16r cubed. So that would be the volume if it just fit. Such a cool question. All right, last one, it says a capsule of liquid of cold medicine shown has one dose. So here's the northern hemisphere, okay? And here's the southern hemisphere. And in between there is a cylinder. So I just need the volume of the total. The volume of the total would be one cylinder, the top and the bottom, plus, or excuse me, the one sphere plus the cylinder in between there. Okay, so here it says that is shown to be about 23 milliliters. How many capsules make up one dose? Okay, so it looks like the radius is 1, so this would be 4/3 pi, right, 4/3 pi, 1 cubed. So 4/3 pi, 1 times 1 times 1 is just 4/3 pi. And this one has a height of 0.1. It still has a radius of 1. So that would be pi r squared h. So pi times 1 times 1 times a height of 0.05. Okay, so you end up getting 1/2 or 0.5 pi. So if we combined these, I like to do a little bit. So, you know, if I multiply both sides by 2, multiply both sides by 3, I could turn this into a decimal, but I kind of like an exact answer. I think that would be more fun. So 2 times 4 is 8 pi in the numerator. And then 3 times 1 is 3 pi in the numerator. And this is all over 2 times 3 or 6. So that would give me 11 pi over 6. That's a more exact answer. Okay. Now, that's my volume of both of my shapes. Now I need to find out if one dose is about, so these are some magical ones. So this is in centimeters cubed, but I don't want my answer in centimeters cubed. So I'm going to use this magical one to get rid of that centimeters cubed. So I'm going to put 1 centimeters cube has to equal 1 milliliter. And notice that my centimeters cube would cancel, but now I have milliliters. How many capsules make up 23 milliliters? And I want milliliters to go away. So I'm going to divide by 23 milliliters, and I know that's equal to 1 dose. Notice the beauty here. I get my answer in terms of doses, and that's what we're looking for. So I need to do, in my numerator, 11 pi and nothing else, okay? And I'm going to divide by 6, and I'm going to divide by 23 to get my answer. Okay, so 11 times pi, divide by 6, divide by 23, and I get 0.25 doses. So apparently this capsule is a 1/4 dose. Nice. Thanks for joining us, guys. See you next time.